Well, welcome Girl Scout troop leaders, volunteers, parents, and anyone else who has come to view this video presentation. My name is Stacy Simpson, and I am a program strategy consultant with Girl Scouts of Northern Illinois, and I am thrilled to be introducing you to our partners at Erika's Lighthouse and have Peggy with us, who will introduce in just a moment to give us an overview. But before we do that, I want to give you a little background about our Flourish initiative through Girl Scouts of Northern Illinois. This is our mental and behavioral health strategy. So we at GSNI are advocates for mental health for girls, women, and our communities, and we collaborate with experts in the field of mental and behavioral health, including Erika's Lighthouse, to have access to really high quality resources and align with best practices that are out there. We want positive mental health practices to be woven into the Girl Scout experience. And so we are so thrilled to be bringing you these resources that we're going to be talking about today. So I started working with GSNI's Flourish initiative about 2 years ago to start putting some pieces into place. And we really started with this awareness and education piece for our adults, for volunteers and troop leaders. And the number one question that I was receiving was, this is fantastic. How do we talk to girls about it? So I'm so excited to be having this conversation today about both the awareness and education piece for girls, but also this positive practices and healthy habits and how we can get girls talking about and involved in positive mental health. So I'm thrilled to have Peggy here with us, who is the Senior Director of Education with Erika's Lighthouse, to tell us about some of the resources that they offer. And we have put together a special toolkit with their resources that is available for all of our GSNI troop leaders to access, to start having conversations and doing activities with girls directly in the troop. So Peggy, I will turn it over to you to introduce yourself and start walking us through some of this information to give an overview and some insight into what they can expect.
Thanks, Stacy, for the introduction, and I'm excited to be collaborating with you guys because it's a great fit, focusing on mental health, education, depression awareness. It's what we do. I am a licensed clinical social worker by training and have been focusing on this area of preventive mental health since a long time. So let's just dive right into the program. And I want to start by giving your troop leaders just a little background on Erika's Lighthouse. So we are a nonprofit organization. We were founded over 17 years ago in 2004. We got started because we lost a young girl to suicide in our community. Erika was only 14 years old. And after she was gone, our mission was formed, and it really is to make sure young people understand what signs and symptoms of depression look like, what good mental health looks like and feels like, and where do you find resources in your community to ask for help if you or a friend are struggling. And all of our programs are free, and they're all based in evidence. So our programs are all evidence informed. So as troop leaders, you can be confident that this is credible, factual information that you are sharing with the girls that you work with. Okay, so we, as I said, have been doing this for 17 years, and we've reached 1 million students since we formed. So we're now in 39 states. So the work that you're doing here in the Northern Illinois with your troops is just one piece of a national movement. So that's really exciting for us. And I would hope your girls would be excited about that as well. Okay, so here's a little bit about what we do. Ultimately, our goal is try to create a cultural change in your school, in your community, within your troop, So you are just one cog in a wheel here of really trying to change a conversation around good mental health. And we have a lot of different ways we make that all happen in a community. One is the classroom programs that we're really going to be talking about today. And then teen empowerment, which is really what you're all about. And I'm going to introduce you to some of the exercises and activities that you can use to really build that teen empowerment component. And we also have parent engagement, which I'm going to share a few of those resources with you. And then we also do professional development. And for troop leaders, this is kind of your professional development right now. But all of these pieces work together to create a change within your community. And we support you every step of the way. So the next slide shows you a little bit more about what you will find in our programs. So the core messages, the key messages in our classroom programs, as well as our empowerment programs, these are the facts that we want you as adult leaders to understand, and facts that we want you to communicate to the girls and to the parents that you have an opportunity to connect with. That depression is real. It's a real mood disorder. It's common. 15 to 20% of young people will struggle with a serious depression before they reach the age of 20. And the prime age is 14, so for onset of depression. So that's a critical age for the girls you work with. It's serious. Depression is the biggest risk factor for teen suicide. But what we want everyone to understand is it's a really treatable disorder, but you have to talk about it to get the help that you need. And that's what you're doing now. You're setting the stage for having these conversations. We want all your girls to understand that everyone deserves to have good mental health, and mental health is just as important as supporting your physical health. And another key message is that if you are struggling with a mental health issue or with any issue, you are not alone. There is always going to be somebody there to support you, to hear you, and that there's always hope for no matter what you're going through. You should never give up hope. These are the core messages that you're going to see repeated in all of our programming. Okay, so our programs are a little unique. We are very authentic in that our classroom programs feature videos with real kids that look just like the girls in your troops, looks just like their brothers and their sisters and their cousins and kids in their community. So they're very heartfelt, real stories. They're teaching kids skills so that you can know how to take care of yourself, know how to take care of your mental health. Our programs are empowering for young people to reach out for help, but it's also empowering for the adults in their lives. So we want you as troop leaders to feel real confident and comfortable with having discussions around a topic that typically isn't talked about. Our programs are super easy to use. You're going to have access through them through your Girl Scout portals, through your Girl Scout troop. You also have Erika's Lighthouse available to you if you should have any questions that come up. And again, you're going to hear our programs are not sensational. We don't focus on the dark side of depression or the dark side of suicide. We want kids to understand that this might just be one chapter in your book if you are struggling, and that there's always hope and there's always light at the end of the tunnel. It takes empathy, it takes compassion, and I know you as troop leaders will be super skilled to do this with your girls.
And Peggy, I would add that these features that are are being noted on this slide and that you just talked about are exactly the reasons that as Girl Scouts of Northern Illinois, we're looking at what are the best resources that we can provide to troop leaders to foster the conversations with girls and to help troop leaders feel very comfortable and confident stepping into this space and opening the doors for this conversation. These are exactly the reasons why we thought this was the perfect fit. So I think as our troop leaders really dive into the resources, they will see these features being brought to life. So thanks for focusing on these for a minute, because I think they'll really enjoy it and feel connected. Yeah.
So these are our classroom programs, and they align nicely with the different levels that Girl Scouts have. Our level 1 program, which really targets your Girl Scout juniors, are ideal for your 4th and 5th graders. It's a program called We All Have Mental Health. It's a little 5-minute animated video. All of our programs you're going to see have all the resources already developed for you. So this is going to be a great program as you start working with your junior population. Level 2 of our programming, the Basic Depression Awareness Program, is ideal for your grades 6 through 8. It's our basic introduction to what depression is, what good mental health is. It's going to align great with your cadets. And then our level 3 program would be wonderful for your senior girls. It's great for your 9th and 10th grade girls, and also for your ambassadors, your 11th and 12th grade girls. This dives into a little deeper discussion about depression and suicide. We talk about suicide at this level only. And but all of them focus on what good mental health is and what help seeking skills look like and opportunities to practice those skills. So these are the different levels of programs that we offer.
And I love that this is designed in a skill progression, very similar to Girl Scout badges and Girl Scout journeys that our troops are already accustomed to. So when we look at the other skills that girls are learning in Girl Scouts, like STEM and the outdoors and the more traditional Girl Scout aspects, they are also arranged where we start with the basics at the younger age levels and then continue to build on those skills and that information and dive deeper as the girls grow through the program. So this is a perfect fit because it's so similar to how our other skill building areas are designed as well. So love that.
Sure. And what your girls need to hear when they're in 6th grade is going to be very different than what they're going to need to hear when they're in 9th grade. So, and they're going to take it in differently. Mm-hmm. But what you guys can be comforted to know is that the program components, no matter what level you're at, all remain the same. There'll be a video component. They're all skills-based. There are 4 lessons if you want to spread it out that way, or if you say we can only do 1 day, there's a 1-day option for all your classroom programs. But this allows for this kind of flexibility and crossover that Stacy was just talking about here. So it's all there for you in terms of facilitators' guides are all there. Program notes are all there. You will know that by teaching, no matter what level that you're reviewing this, going over this with your girls, they are going to learn about depression. They are going to learn about mental health. They will have opportunities to practice skills around good mental health. And by having conversations, you're reducing the stigma around mental health. You're sending the message to your girls that it's okay to talk about this. And if you're not feeling good mentally, just like if you weren't feeling good physically, you now know what to do. And you should feel okay about coming forward. And of course, now you're also going to know how to have a conversation with your mother or your father or your grandma or or an educator if you're not feeling well. Everything is there for you in the program design that we've created so that you don't have to do any work, troop leaders, other than just become familiar with the program.
Absolutely. And as Girl Scouts of Northern Illinois, our staff has reviewed all of the program content and the resources as well to ensure that the way the activities and the information is designed aligns well with our Girl Scout outcomes, with our Girl Scout promise and law, with our 3 processes of how we want girls to learn in a hands-on way, in a cooperative way, all of the types of things that you as a troop leader are accustomed to in doing badges and journeys and following the activity guides in the volunteer toolkit, all of the ways that you are already interacting with girls in your troop. These resources from Erika's Lighthouse are going to align with that just perfectly. It will feel comfortable to you in terms of the layout and design and the way that it's set up. And it was important to us to make sure that everything aligned really well with those Girl Scout outcomes as well. So you can mentally check that off in your mind, that we have reviewed that and made sure that it's all covered for you so that you can really focus on having quality conversations with girls. So the resources are there to make that simple and easy.
You've done a lot of work, Stacy.
It's exciting. It's exciting when the resources match up so well with the way that we already approach our programming. So we double checked it, but it really is a perfect fit. So I think the troops are going
and that's part of your Flourish. That's your Flourish initiative that you were just describing.
That's right.
Excellent.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Anything else on this
Excellent.
slide, Peggy, or should I keep going?
No. So I think we're going to, what I'd like to show you now is some of the awareness into action activities. These are part of the teen empowerment component. So we just described the classroom program, and now you also have access to all of these virtual awareness into action activities. They're little quick touch points that you can share with your girls. You can do initiatives with parents. They're broken up into stress management, mindful activities, positivity activities, and then emotional wellness activities. And the next slide will show you how you can really turn this into an action activity for you. So for example, if you take the Instagram on managing stress, you can ask your girls to, pick 3 ways to manage your stress and to go home and practice. And the next time you meet, come back and report on how was it if you turned your screens off an hour before you went to bed and did you get better sleep? How is it if you took a bath before you went to bed? Were you more relaxed? How is it if you, talk to a trusted adult? So these activities, which are all available to you on our resource portal, can be turned into action activities that you can use at any time throughout your experience of meeting with your girls throughout the school year or when you do meet. So these are fun. They were designed by kids, enhanced by us, but they're super kid friendly and fun to do, as well as educational in their content.
Yeah, and I'll just add that this really connects us to the learning by doing process that we talk about a lot in Girl Scouts, where the girls are not just going to sit around and have conversation about these concepts, but moving it into that action piece makes it so much more real for them. And it's a fun way. All of these activities listed here are really fun ways to get engaged in positive mental health. And it really touches on that learning by doing aspect that we try to weave into everything that we do in Girl Scouts. So it's already designed for you as a troop leader by using the awareness into action activities that are available. So it's a perfect fit.
Great. The other component that I mentioned is family engagement, family awareness. So I will tell you that we have an absolute wonderful parent handbook on childhood and teen depression. We have handouts for parents. How do you talk to your child if you're worried about them? So all of that will be available to you as well if you need to make a project for girls to engage with their parents. If you need to put some of this out on a website, some way to reach parents as well. So all of that again is designed for you, and it's available in English, it's available in Spanish if you need that. And we hope you will have an opportunity to use that as well.
Yeah, and we will also have a Girl Scout specific parent letter that introduces this concept. So as you're scheduling it into your troop meeting schedule, and you know that on these dates we're going to be talking about this topic, then you can provide, as a troop leader, you can send that letter either in an email or send it home with girls from one meeting, preparing for the next meeting or whatever the method might be. But that is specifically explains Girl Scouts focus on mental health and our partnership with Erika's Lighthouse. So then these resources would be additional. So if parents have more questions or are asking you for more resources, you would also be able to provide these. So really excited to have all of a wealth of resources available to give more guidance and help with more resources available at your fingertips.
The one other resource that I wanted to call out for you is our Teen Toolbox. And anyone can go to our website. It's erikaslighthouse.org. And as you can see, it's Erika with a K. And then the Teen Toolbox is just on the home page. And it's a wonderful resource for girls who want to get a little more understanding of what depression looks like. How do you prevent it? How do you treat it? How do you help a friend? Or a parent might want to dive a little deeper into the subject, but it's all there for you. It's again all real teen friendly, but I love calling that resource out too, because for the kids who have more questions, you could feel perfectly confident just sending them to that resource to educate themselves and their parents if necessary, or their friends.
Perfect. Okay.
And that's it.
Perfect. So I want to talk for just a minute before we wrap things up about how troop leaders will access this information, because watching this video might be their first introduction. So right here with the video should be a link for how to sign up to get the Girl Scout Toolkit. So you will not access it through your regular volunteer toolkit. Unfortunately, we don't have it linked in there. It's a separate way to request this information. So you'll fill out the form to sign up, and you will receive all of the information via email with the links to all of the resources and all of that, as well as additional instructions for how to sort of let us know then which of the activities you have completed and how it went, and give us some feedback. We'll be tracking all of that and providing that information back to Erika's Lighthouse as well through our partnership. So please make sure, troop leaders, that you are clicking the link that's with this video, or going to the Girl Scouts of Northern Illinois website, or reaching out to your staff member to ask for more information about how to access these resources, because we're going to be kind of tracking and keeping all the information for all of our Girl Scout troops together in one place. So you should be able to find the link though right here with the video. If you can't for some reason, or if there's any technical difficulties, then go ahead and reach out to us through the GSNI website, or directly with your staff contact. So we hope that you will take advantage of these resources, and we're so looking forward to seeing what our troops will do together. Excellent. Thank you so much, Peggy. Yeah, thank you for all the information.